Hey guys, Sophia Tong here. I'm joined by Lark Anderson, and we're going to be playing through some of Final Fantasy XIII demo for you today.
Yep, we're going to be checking out this crazy demo that was released in Japan as part of Final Fantasy VII Advent Children Complete, and just commenting on the things that are going on.
Yeah, so for all those who are jealous of not having this copy themselves, we're going to show you kind of the details and run down the battle system or the battle mechanics, since it's kind of changed in this version. And Lark's played it a bit already, so how do you feel about the changes?
I like it. It's definitely different. So yeah. We just start off with this train sequence here, and what looks like a Helgast, but isn't.
This all seems very familiar, don't you think? Little Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, we're entering Midgar right here. So if it's okay with you guys, we're just going to go ahead and skip the action here and just jump right into gameplay and not cutscene footage.
Exactly. We'll let you guys experience this for the first time when you get your own copy.
So just one real quick thing is you've got two characters here in the very beginning. You start off with Lightning, who is the female version of Cloud with slightly pink hair. And
get how their names are also related?
Yeah, Lightning comes from clouds, right?
Yeah, so makes sense.
Right, and then this dude right here has a chocobo living in his head. That's really all you need to know about him.
But you get to see it a little bit later, not right here.
Definitely. So it starts off as kind of a bang. You've got this, I don't know, is that Scorponok from Transformers, the movie? I think so.
There's a little bit of everything here. There's like that Star Wars vibe that we also felt in like Final Fantasy XII.
Yeah, definitely. Well, actually, Star Wars vibes have been in every Final Fantasy game ever.
That's true.
Final Fantasy IV was pretty much Star Wars. but
I haven't
yeah.
seen Wedge and Biggs in a while.
Yeah, actually, I'm wondering where those guys are at. So anyway, we are starting off with a tutorial on the combat synergy battle system, because apparently it's not possible to name a battle system, something that makes sense, right?
So we do have a translator here to catch these with us, and he did provide some notes, and he'll jump in whenever we're totally lost. So we can read certain things like action.
Action, yeah, definitely. Yeah. So to start off with, you've got kind of an active time battle bar there. Those of you who have played Final Fantasy games before will recognize that. And as it fills up, you get to select different attacks that use a different number of those little notches in the bar, basically. So you can start off with some basic attacks here, and then a more powerful attack that costs all three of your little bars there.
So I'm guessing the first one's probably attack. There's probably fire in there somewhere. What else was there? There's like an aerial attack in there. A shoot up attack?
It bumps them in the air, and then you can kind of air juggle them. It's like Tekken, only not. So as you can see, you're only really controlling the one character here. I'm controlling Lightning, while your buddy there
is dancing around.
Yeah, he's dancing around. He's just making sure that
it
gets done. He's got guns, and you do not have a gun. You have a sword that also doubles as a gun.
But with all the trailers, like all the gameplay is so smooth and quick, you can't, at first it's like, is it turn-based? Like, how does it work? It almost seemed like it was real time, but it's an active time battle system.
It is.
Except that you can chain attacks, so it looks like you're constantly doing something.
Right. And
you said they wanted to make it look like Advent Children, like the fight scenes?
Exactly, because you can queue up kind of attacks, and then especially when you can't really juggle this guy in the air, but
why not?
Well, he's kind of big, and Lightning isn't that strong, I guess. I would find it hard to believe if she could knock him 30 feet in the air and keep him there for longer than 0 seconds.
It is funny how she literally just looks like Cloud, like softer lips, maybe like different eyes, and the hair.
Right.
More wispy, a little longer.
Exactly. And I also enjoy how her name pretty much says everything about her that you need to know. There are some parts here that you'll see where she, uses a lot of lightning.
She's just like walking static electricity.
Yeah, that's her thing. Just like your friend there's thing is that he has a chocobo in his hair.
Yeah, he's a walking nest. That's what he's good for.
Why is it that she uses fire spells?
Yeah, that's another thing I was wondering.
Yeah.
You know, she's called Lightning, but yet her magic attack is fire.
Yeah.
See, and there's your little chocobo.
And you see it just went back into its nest.
In his hair. Where does he poop?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
And his hair is black.
Well, it's not a black chocobo, though.
No, but I meant, you'll see the poop.
Okay, we just got shot in the face by a laser. That
Well,
was
what's
bad.
cool is that, what's his face? Sazh. That's how you pronounce it, right? Maybe. He will automatically heal you, so I don't think you really have to worry too much about that. At least in this demo, they kind of babysit you so you don't die. Or it's really hard to.
Well, right now I'm healing myself a
Oh.
little bit, just because we're kind of low on health right now.
So at least
After
you know
getting
what the
shot in the
actions
face by
are.
lasers.
See, I can't read the...
Well,
Can't
the
read it.
first menu is attacks, the second is black magic, and then the third is white magic. So it's pretty basic, but also it shows you the same menu system here. Like it just locks out, like you can't select cure down there at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
So for right now I'm just kind of stuck in attack mode. So
Oh,
I'm just
wait,
gonna
you can
queue up a
read
bunch
like
of
pretty
attacks.
basic kanji.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, enough to kind of figure out what's going on, or are you?
That and it
were you
was
just
also
playing around with it?
experimentation.
Yeah. Trial and error.
Let's get some healing going on here.
I'm getting a lot of that Final Fantasy X vibe.
There we go.
Are you?
Yeah, I mean,
Kind
a
of
lot of the
reminds me of
characters
Sphera.
look like Final Fantasy X characters, and then you've also got, some of the crazy particle effects in the combat system. A little bit similar, but more. I think it's more similar to like Final Fantasy XII, honestly, because
Really?
you're only controlling the one character at a time, and it's not really something that you can. They just kind of follow their own AI routines, right?
Yeah. But I think like just the layout and the look, because 12 you're just running up to characters, and if you have your gambit set up, you basically don't have to do anything. You just
That is true.
so.
That is true.
Yeah, to me it was like, oh, this is like 10. I loved 10, so I'm kind of glad it kind of goes back to that. And the composer is the same, Masashi Hamazu.
Right.
So a lot of the music right now, I think sounds very similar.
It does actually, yeah. But it's good. It's a nice change. I love Nobuo Uematsu's music. It's just, there comes a time when you want to try something new. And
Didn't they say he was going to be at least contributing to like one theme in this?
I believe he did do at least one song for this. I remember reading somewhere.
Okay. So it will have that Uematsu touch. I mean, he's worked on almost all of them, at least contributing something. to
Exactly.
it.
I mean, he's not a 9-to-5 worker at Square Enix any longer, but
Yeah,
doesn't really matter.
that's okay. They have a lot of talented composers that could step up to the challenge.
Exactly. So I got a rank 1 because I am bad at what I do here.
Nice job, Lark.
But you can see at the end of every battle, it also gives you a ranking, and that will presumably affect the amount of TP, which I think is your experience in this, right?
I thought that you don't actually get experience in this necessarily.
Okay, that's one
Like
thing we're
the
not exactly
traditional
clear on.
leveling, yeah. There's a lot we probably haven't figured out in this demo because they were not sharing with us, but from what we got out of the manual, wait, Takeshi, was this it? Like that was everything? Yeah, so for leveling, yeah, not sure how that works in this one.
Presumably the rating system has something to do with how well you level up, but it's really kind of unclear at this point, especially in the demo, which doesn't seem to have leveling.
I think I remember reading about how well you do if you keep that chain up almost. It's like progressively you'll probably gain more of something if you keep your rank probably like 4 or 5 stars.
Exactly. Yeah. I know I've gotten some 5-star battles in this. When I actually paid more attention and did things properly, but.
Oh yeah, it's always hard to talk and play at the same time. Despite how easy that might sound, it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's so cute. He's like a little chicklet.
He just kind of floats around, and I don't know what he does, but he hides in the dude's hair.
Yeah. He probably plays a much larger role in this. We just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Okay, so we're at the Haned Edge in this underground city, and this is where the camera settings pop up. Do I want to set camera? Yeah. So this is kind of the weirdest possible way to ask you what your camera settings should be like.
But at least they give you the option.
It does. But so it's just like 4 different styles. Do you like inverted horizontally, vertically, some combination of it, and then it lets you play around with it a little bit. So I like this style the best here because this is more Western. I can't stand inverted stuff. I don't play backwards. so yeah, we're good.
Yeah, some people prefer controlling the camera, so when you like look to the right, you pan your camera to the left.
Exactly. And
yeah, that takes a while. The inverted x-axis gets kind of confusing.
Right. So you've got this cool map in the upper right-hand corner, which, like Final Fantasy XII, lets you know where you've been already, which is very handy. And I just ran into that dude. Then it does a quick battle switch. It's not like a massive load screen or anything like previous games were. So this is where you'll get to see some of the air combat go into play here. Like I'm going to knock this dude up in the air and then just hit him a bunch of times. And that's very stylish looking and so on. And so in this one here, I'll knock him up and then throw some fireballs at him because they call me Lightning, and so I use fireballs for some reason. Makes sense somehow.
As long as you look good doing it, it's fine.
It's all about style, yeah. So there's a quick fireball and then a slash and a slash. And I ranked 5 stars that time because I am actually good at this game.
Because you kicked butt.
And then this right here lets them summon Digimons. I am serious, but we're just going to ignore that and continue on. One of the cool things is that it lets you do, well, obviously there's stuff going on in the background there, but it adds, kind of a more dynamic element where like you're actually jumping around, and it makes you seem a little bit more like you're actually in the action and not just following a set linear path.
Yeah. At least you're moving from one level to another, and it's not just a straight line and weaving through.
Right, and it's
trash.
not like turn-based either, like you might imagine it would be.
And it's really seamless, the transitions between fights and when you're exploring, and even with the cutscenes, and it moves into in-game graphics. Like, I mean, you can obviously tell like it's a little more jaggedy, but it looks great like in-game.
Right. So as you can see with the combat system, like, okay, I just tried knocking that guy up. It didn't work. Maybe he's too damaged, or not damaged enough, rather.
So there is a break system. Let me see. Takeshi translated some of the manual things, so let me look at this. So regarding chain bonus and breaks. So in the beginning, it might be difficult to cause real damage to your enemies. Chain bonuses will come in very handy. Each chained attack will cause more damage than the one before. And then when attacks are chained successfully and without interruption, a gauge at the upper right corner fills. So that's the bar that we're seeing, that orange thing at the top. So once this gauge passes a certain point, your enemies will begin to blink red. This is the break. Oh, is that why the guy was glowing? That was probably it. And so once the enemy is in break condition, you'll be able to toss them in the air. And then attacking enemies in the air will add further bonuses and will allow you to do a much greater attack. And then we've already figured this out, but there are some enemies that you cannot toss in the air. So that's kind of how the chain bonus breaks kind of work.
Right.
So it's a little different. It's not like building up your kind of like TP meter and then unleashing this crazy attack.
Right.
It kind of indicates like, hey, by the way, glowing.
Right. It sounds very similar to the combat engine in Xenosaga Episode 2. If anybody played that, where you had to perform a break on them in order to allow you to like knock them into the air and then knock them back down onto the ground and so on and so forth. So this right here, I believe this is a treasure chest, right? So you just touch it and I got 100 gil. I'm going to assume that said gil somewhere.
The GIL, no, they couldn't put that in instead.
One thing that you may have noticed in one of the battles I was in just before is that you queue up attacks on a single target, and if you kill that guy before you finish, you'll attack the air because you're super smart like that. This goes back to like really old school RPGs that did that, and that's kind of annoying.
So those are Digimons that you're talking about?
Yeah, those are Digimons. Seriously.
They're cool. They transform?
They're way cooler than the Pokemon equivalent, I'm sure. I'm actually waiting for like a Pikachu to come out of one of those. we'll just knock that guy in the air because he is naturally a wuss and can be knocked in the air like that.
He's just gone?
He's dead. He's totally dead. So as you can see, I didn't break that thing yet, so couldn't knock it in the air. Working on it. Now I can because I broke it, but...
So their characters are kind of free to move on their own, just like around the map, so it looks like it is constantly moving because you can't actually control where they go.
Right.
And then it beats the whole like, hey, let's line up on the left and I'll line up on the right, I'll smack you and walk back into place.
That's how fights in real life take place, right?
Yeah, we take turns.
We take turns. That's how the Civil War was fought.
Charge and then fall back.
Exactly. Well, back then, you had to take turns firing and reloading, so basically battle was turn-based. Which is pretty awesome when you think about it like that, I guess.
Oh look, your chain.
I'm chaining, but I'm not breaking them. So let's add some more
Break
attacks
it.
here. I'm working on it.
Got glowy claws.
And I didn't queue up attacks fast enough for that one. It's not actually button mashing like I'm doing.
But you can if you
can totally,
since
obviously.
The gauge fills up really quickly, so you can kind of just keep hitting, in this case, circle.
One of the cool things is just kind of look around and see the crazy stuff going on. It's like a Star Wars film where there's like all sorts of battles going on in the background, and there's another Star Wars reference.
Yeah, it's very green.
But yeah, so we're gonna do some more sweet jumps, and we just walked up on that guy and he just whiffed because he is bad at what he does.
I like how when the battle starts, everyone just like whiffs, and then it's like, okay, now we fight.
The guy was a wuss.
There's his little jetpack.
He's got a sweet jetpack, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what other enemies will be fighting in this game, other than guys in Hellgast suits.
Yeah.
PSI comm. And I know that there's like a word that says flying in there. Takeshi's nodding. I can sort of read.
Still at TP bonus 0 here. I think I just jumped on that holographic tape.
Well, this code is a little older, and there are some glitches that you might come across, so.
Right, like you can see there's some there's some frame rate glitches there. It just kind of slows down sometimes. But, obviously this is very early code, so it's not going to be like this in the final version, I'm quite sure.
Well, that never really bothered me. It's not glaringly obvious all the time. All of those numbers flying all over the place, I'm gonna have to get used to that.
Yeah, it's not as simple as some of the old games used to be, where it's just like, oh, here's
one damage, like
one damage
9999.
right.
That's it. Although now you can see your enemy's health bar. That's not. Was it in 12? I can't remember.
I think you had to have
you need like
equipped.
sight or something to kind of, if you know your enemy already, then you'll know how much hit points they have. But now they just give it to you. So that's kind of nice, especially when it comes to boss fights. You know how much more time you're gonna have to spend before you pause and take a break.
Exactly. I think the thing that boggles my mind the most is that you're being shot at by bullets and you're still using a sword. I mean, sure, it's a gun-sword hybrid, right? But still, in the future, it is nice to know. You just can't see. Okay.
Yeah.
That works. I don't think I was dodging bullets when they actually shot me, though.
You should wait until the next part of this demo where they don't even have gun swords.
That's right. That's right. More Digimons.
I guess her sword like goes across her butt. Is that even efficient?
It's probably not very safe. No.
It's a lot of weight just to be dangling there.
She's a tough character. Apparently.
Yeah, she's very muscular, you can tell, right?
Oh, yes.
Looked like she'd fall over if you pushed her.
Well, she's, your typical Final Fantasy character, right?
Yeah, they gotta look good.
I haven't really, I don't really know much about her, but from what I've seen so far, she appears to be the typical brooding hero.
Yeah, so she's the other emo hero, but now she's female.
Right. She really is Cloud. Maybe she stole someone else's
They're
identity
twins.
also.
With the strawberry blonde hair.
Right. Oh, there's a treasure up there.
Oh,
I want to get that
stuff's
treasure.
happening.
Oh no, the bridge. The bridge is out.
Bridge is out. That's the first thing I thought of too. True Lies is great.
Yes, it is.
It's like the best movie ever. I'm not sure if I'm liking her haircut. They did a great job with the hair though, the wispiness and it looks really soft, but what is that?
Oh, she was gonna fly across with her gravity electrical thing.
So she glows.
She does.
Yeah, I'll be interested to know some of her backstory. Oh, she's just...
Oh no, you shorted out my thumb snap thing. What will we do now? No!
There's her comic relief, Sazh. He's like the Waka.
Yeah, but he doesn't look like Waka. You will see someone who looks like Waka
That's
very
true.
shortly.
All these characters, same character designer.
Exactly, that is true.
I don't mind though. I know a lot of people complain about the feminine male hero, but
I don't mind that so much as I mind the overabundance of belts and zippers, but
like
to
Kingdom
be
Hearts.
honest, it's not so bad in this one. It's actually
That's true.
fairly good, although I'm still wondering what the heck is up.
Is that what you're referring
Well,
to?
that and every other character, like you see Kingdom Hearts and you've got like Donald Duck with like, his
Belts.
hair has got, or his hat has got four zippers in it. Like really? But no, the designs in this game are a lot more, you know, normal looking, I suppose, although I'm still really wondering what's with that you know, uni-shoulder cape thing that she's got going on. I'm not really...
It's not, I think it's maybe like not symmetrical. You know, the hair on one side and then you need the cape on the other.
There you go.
That or she just lost the other half.
It was tore off by one of these Digimons.
So what are your predictions? What do you think this story is actually about?
I think that you are going to kill God in the end.
Oh. But
So
then he
it'll be
disappears
like
and
every
it's really
Final
someone
Fantasy game.
else controlling whatever it is that you were chasing the entire game.
Right. Well. Obviously, you've got some evil empire thing going on here, is what it seems like, because there's two warring factions, as far as I know, and then you know, you're going to find out that there's some evil, sinister dude pulling the puppet strings on everybody, and then both factions will team up to fight the ultimate evil, which appears in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah. And you're like, who are you?
Yeah. So and also that evil will be God. I mean, this is a Japanese role-playing game. They're not too, you know, drastically different from each other, which is fine. You know, I love me some Final Fantasy, so I'm totally okay with knowing what the story of this game is about without knowing what the story of this game is about.
But you know, by the end, it's not going to make sense, and you'll play it again and wonder, okay, what just happened? Because it took me a few tries to get Final Fantasy X story. Wasn't really sure what was going on there for a while, and then...
Yeah, and then they rolled out 10-2, where it was even weirder.
Yeah, but that was fan service. Something I wanted. I wanted closure. It's like I feel incomplete if there's no closure. So what we do know about her, she's like ex-military.
Right, and she works for Cocoon, I believe, too.
That before. So that was the...
She did before, okay.
Yeah.
She also has
she's a
odd fashion
rebellion,
besides,
a rebel.
and yeah, she carries a sword that is larger than she is almost.
So it's like Cloud, exactly. Same backstory even.
Whoa, check out that dude's sweet armor. That's pretty rad.
It still reminds me of that guy from Star Wars, the one with a lot of arms. Clone Wars.
Well, he just flew like, wow, okay.
Yeah, when do you get flying abilities? Although you do get to launch things in the air and then jump up and
True.
stuff, but come on, Lark, make it look good. So the glowing
We
orange.
got blasted by lightning. I guess I might need to heal myself here pretty soon. Yeah. See, look, whiff. at least you kind of retain your level of active time bar. Is there a specific name for that thing?
The thing that fills up?
Yeah.
The time gauge.
The time gauge, okay. You get to retain your time gauge chunks.
I'm
Probably not the
surprised
most
how
accurate way to
fast
refer
it
to
fills up too. Because remember when it was first introduced, like we actually saw it in 6, it seemed like you were waiting forever for that thing to charge up. Or was it?
Right.
Yeah. So.
Right. I think another surprising thing is how there is no magic.
Yeah, no
meter,
MP this time.
which is kind of cool.
Which is always nice. I was always too cheap to use ethers, and so I would find ways to just hoard them. Because you can never buy them, which was always the downside.
Yeah. So I'm going to cast my big Fire Auga spell here and just get some more damage in at him. I broke the boss and then just threw a fireball in his face after I knocked him 300 feet in the air.
How do you feel about boss music in this one?
It's good. I mean, I like all the music in the game, so it's not really... There's nothing that really stood out as being something I wasn't too much of a fan of, you know?
Yeah, I really want to find out what the main theme is. You know how in the beginning of 10, like 10-2, they had all there's like a little piano intro.
Yeah.
It's always really cool. I think those two are some of my favorites, so I really want to know what this one is. And there wasn't anything playing at the beginning of the demo, right?
Well, just like there was some music going on the train scene, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
it was just
but it
like
wasn't
action movie
that
stuff.
looping theme that.
Yeah, it wasn't like Tizanarkin from 10.
I think Eternity was really good. I'm excited to get the soundtrack, or at least listen to the rest of it.
Yeah, I don't think the soundtrack's been released in Japan yet, has it?
No, probably not, since they don't even know the release date for this yet.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be another whopping 4-disc
compilation.
compilation.
10-disc compilation, and then they're gonna release 4 additional versions of it.
Yeah.
1 star, I'm a winner.
It'd be nice to know what they're talking about right now. Takeshi. Takeshi says something about military secrets.
Yes, that is what's going on here. Personally, I like to think they're talking about the amazing faction decisions made by that last boss that we just fought.
It's like, can you believe what he was wearing?
Yeah,
Where did he get that suit?
Yeah, where can I buy one of those? I bet my Chocobo would enjoy that.
It's like a new cosplay outfit. All right, so this is the first part of the demo, and we're gonna now check out the second half.
Is that a flying bridge?
Oh well, you know, the technology is always light
Future
years
technology.
in advance. Why don't we have flying bridges yet?
I don't know.
He looks
I guess
confused
maybe
and
it's
sad.
attached to something. No, it's not. It's literally just a flying bridge. That's super rad.
Look at all the pollution it's spewing out the back.
Price of progress.
Not a green video game.